suddenly you're ripped into being alive. And life is pain. And life is suffering. And life is horror. But my God, you're alive. It is spectacular. Those were the words of Joseph Campbell. He is a philosopher who shares his understanding of life in the same way as I share my understanding in life. And when I read those words, there was a part of me that didn't want to believe that it was true, and I rejected horror and pain, and specifically it being spectacular, because really it can feel pretty shitty, and who wants to feel that? Until I recognised that it was true, that life is shitty and painful, and it has suffering in it, has all these things in it. And my God, it is spectacular. And the analogy that I like to use is that oftentimes in life we go on our mental adventures in the physical path, in what can be seen as the illusion. The physical path is made up of our thoughts, which we engage with, focus and action. And all of a sudden we have creation, we have this reality, this physical reality, our physical form, our thoughts into form. And when we move into that reality, it can often feel like a mental adventure. And the way that I like to share that, and the way that I like to explain that, is by looking at the wonderful book and film which is The Wizard of Oz. So Dorothy starts off at home, and she is safe at home. The picture of the movie is in black and white at that time, or neutrality. And she's going through her life. And then in an instant, she is in danger. There is a cyclone coming. They have got to run for their life. She's gone from safety, she's gone from home to being frightened. She starts on that mental adventure of the journey. And she is in her home, and the home is perceived to be lifted up, spun around, and then dropped in this other reality, this other world, which actually, when she opens the door, is full vibrancy and technicolor. And that adventure, that mental adventure, that part of her physical journey that she went on, was a journey where she met wicked witches, she met munchkins, she met talking scarecrows, tin men, lions, all of these things that created this painful, suffering, but vibrant, exotic experience that was her life. It was magical, it was mystical, and it was terrifying all at the same time. And this is what I feel Joseph Campbell is talking about. This, I'll say it again, suddenly you're ripped into being alive. So suddenly you're ripped into this physical reality where we experience thought, which evokes feelings and emotions, and we start to see things, create things from that thought place, from that feeling and emotion place. And it does feel like suffering, and it does feel like pain, and it does feel like joy, and it does feel like passion, and it is part of feeling that sense of living the journey. And Dorothy certainly lived the journey. She certainly experienced so many different, weird and wonderful things in that life. And believing that whole time that she was lost, that whole time that she was away from home, until she met the good witch, Glinda, or until she remembered that, and what I believe is Glinda the Good Witch in this mythical story pointed her back to her truth, that she had the power to return home, because the truth was she never ever left. If you remember, she wakes up in her home, in her bed, perfectly safe, perfectly well. Her home didn't go anywhere. She wasn't lost. She was well the whole time. She was never under threat. Nothing. But what she got was this beautiful mental adventure of Technicolor, of the spectacular thing that we call life, in the reality, which was the Wizard of Oz, which was Oz. And we experience that too. We take moments of our life that feel so intense, so spectacular, feeling that we're lost or feeling that we're searching, but actually there is nothing to search for. We were never lost. We were always safe. We were always well, even though everything within that reality feels right. So right now, you might be experiencing suffering. You might be experiencing pain. And this is not about taking it away. Dorothy definitely felt every single moment was real while she was in the physical path, in down the Yellow Brick Road, in Wizard of Oz. So it's not to say you're not feeling what you're feeling right now. But what I'm saying to you is, as much as that reality is there and you experience it, there is also, at the same time, flowing with you the reality of your spirit self that is enlightened, that is well, that doesn't have emotion, that is in black and white, is in neutrality, that is safe at all moments in time. So think about that for just a moment. Think about that. Feel into that. That even when you feel like you're in a tornado and life is looking crazy and you're running from witches and you're getting chased by lions and you're going in poppy fields and you're flat out, all of those things, all at the same time, there was a part of Dorothy that was at home, safe and well. This is the essence of my philosophy, which I call the Gaia Code. That everything you need inside you for well-being to survive, thrive and flourish is a constant for you. And yes, we will go on those wild rides. Yes, we will go to the land of Oz. Yes, we will go to suffering, to pain, to loved ones dying, to mental health problems, to physical problems, to debt, to all of these beautiful, spectacular elements of the physical that we are here to experience as life, as part of life. It is amazing. And you never left home. You never left. Always safe. Your spirit, your soul wisdom recognizes that fact that yes, we can journey in thought. Yes, we can journey and play on this physical path as much as our heart desires. And do play. We are here to play. We are here to create. We are here to change things up. We are here to create new aspects of ourselves, to project parts of ourselves. We're here to do all that. And it's okay. We're here to experience feelings and emotions and the rainbow technicolor of all of that. As well as in that moment that we are still safe. We're already enlightened. We are already in our zen, in our bliss, in our well-being at every single moment. even when it doesn't look like it from the physical path. And I love Joseph Campbell's words here, that you can feel that real moment of Zen. You can feel that real moment of well-being, of being in the flow, of kind of feeling invincible sometimes. Like, yes, I've got it, I'm in the flow. And then no sooner have you experienced that, and zap, you are ripped out of it. You are ripped into being alive. You're ripped into the physical path, into this physical body, into these experiences and relationships and all these things that you're creating here. And it feels tragic, and it feels passionate, and it just feels this technicolor. And that all of it, in its entirety, in the wholeness, in these three aspects of being, coming as one, is life. So right now, if you're feeling in pain and suffering and it's tragic and all these things, and I do experience it. I am there. I do go on my mental adventures. I do completely full out play on the physical path. I understand what it feels like to have that sense of being lost. And I know that so too, I'm not. So too, I never left. So too, I have that well-being and that pure divine health and my divinity and my enlightenment. I have that. It is available to me at every single moment in time, no matter where I am on the three paths that weave, that create this life, this experience of being human. And it is quite wonderful, and it is quite fucked up, and you might be sitting there going, what are you tripping? And that's okay. It's completely and utterly okay. I'm sitting here to share a little bit of how I experience life, of how I understand life, without needing affirmation from anybody else, whether I'm right or wrong, whether it resonates or it doesn't resonate, because I know that this is my truth for this moment. And I'm sharing it here on the physical platform, on the physical world, on our social media, on technology. I know that I'm sharing it here. And I know that it is getting filtered through this innate wisdom of my soul, this enlightenment of my spirit that is now getting filtered through my thoughts within this physical reality. And I'm here to share it, and I'm here to experience it in all its glory and in all its pain, all its suffering, all its joy, all its love, every single moment of it. And it's a blessing to me that I can share it with others. It feels exciting to share it with others, because I can. And you're invited to as well. You're invited to take in what I'm saying and play with it. Try it on. Discard it. Step in those footsteps for a bit. Decide to change them up. Add a bow. Like whatever. I am only speaking the wisdom which I know to be true, that is all coming from that same space of soul wisdom, of enlightened spirit, of through the filter of my human experience, using the verbiage that I know, using the experience that I can bring through from this life that I've led so far. So yours might sound different, your words might be different, it might feel different, your physical energy of this. But I know whether it's me speaking, Joseph Campbell speaking, religion speaking, your granny speaking, whatever, it all comes from this same source. shared through our experience on the physical path of being a human being. So, my Dorothys, next time you're freaking out and saying, oh my God, I'm lost, I just want to get home, I don't know where I belong, I'm searching, go for it, search, have the adventure. If Dorothy doesn't cut it for you, be Alice in Wonderland for a bit, go speak to the caterpillar and who are you, have a Mad Hatter's tea party. Whatever turns you on, go for it. And know to be true that you are safe, you are well, you are whole, you are love. All of these things, regardless of where you are. So with that, I will close this chapter. I will say goodbye to this moment, knowing that another one's on the way. And I'll thank you, whether you've listened to the very end, the beginning, whether you're just looking at this video and seeing my mouth moving, whatever. It's all good. Sending love. Take care. Bye-bye.